Hello everyone, welcome to my first lecture. So in this lecture, we will see about the digital chessboard, how it looks. So let's get started. So this is a board, as you can see. So this board consists of two colors. You can see this is little dark and this is light. This is dark, this is light, dark, light. So it consists of two colors majorly. One is the dark square and one is the light square. And if you will see, let's count how many squares are there in total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 squares horizontally. So what do we call it? Horizontally. Okay. And let's count vertically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the 8 squares are there vertically, right? So how many total squares are there? If 8 squares are there vertically and 8 squares are there horizontally, so the total number of squares is 8 into 8, 8 cross 8, which is 64. So a chessboard consists of 64 squares. So a chessboard consists of 64 squares. So if you will count each of these squares, you will see that there are total 64 squares. So you can take this as a homework also. You have to count each square and you have to tell me, are there 64 squares or are there more than that squares? So you just have to take the squares of this much of 1 unit height and 1 unit width. So if we see technically, so this 4 block will make one big square, but you don't have to consider that. And if you will see, this is also one big square. You don't have to consider that. So you just have to consider these small squares, and you have to tell me how many squares are there. So the answer will come out to be 64 squares. So a chessboard consists of total 64 squares. So that much is clear to you, right? So next, coming on to the ABCD part. So you must have seen it is written over here ABCDEFGH, and here it is written 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So what significance does it hold? So that is very important. So basically, before that, I would also like to like you to tell that this horizontal line, which you see, we call it rank. So this is the first rank. This two, this is the second rank. This is the third rank. This is the fourth rank, fifth rank, sixth rank, seventh rank, and eighth rank. So rank is basically the horizontal part, right? The what is the horizontal number? So it is 8, this is 7, this is 6, this is 5 4 3 2 1, correct? And this vertical, a, this is a, right? This is b. So we call it files. This is a file, b file, c file, d file, e, f, g file, h file, correct? So these vertical parts are files and these horizontal parts are ranks. So when I say that this square, if I just talk about this square, so this square is on D, right? And what do we call that D? D file. This square is on D file, right? And if we saw about vertically, sorry, horizontally, then this is on seventh rank. So we will call it on D file and seventh rank, and we will give it D7, correct? I know this is very difficult to understand. So let's take some another square. So let's talk about this square. So if we have to name this square, let us suppose. So what is this a vertical line called? File. And which file it is? This is B file. So this is B that we are showed. So B represents this whole line. Now we have to specifically come to this point. So to specifically come to this point, we have to freeze this part also, right? So to freeze this part, which part is this? This is 4. So what is this? Fourth rank. B is the file, 4 is the rank. So we will call it B4. So first we will say the alphabet name, which is B, and then we will call the number name, which is 4, B4. Let's take one more example. So what do we call this? So take your time. So what do we call this? So we will call this, this is where this is on H, right? H file and eighth rank. So we will call this H8. So the thing is why this is important and why I'm telling you is, so whenever we write a move, right? So we have to write where that piece is present. Suppose this knight is present over here. So knight is present on which square? So you won't be writing it that knight is present 4 centimeter to the right, right? So you will have to name that square. So every square has a name. This is A1, B1, C1, D1, E1. So every square has a name. So when you know every square's name, it will be easy. You can say my knight is on that square. My bishop is on that square. Now I'm using some terminologies, knight, bishop, that I will explain later. Just understand this concept that you must know this name. This naming is very important when you write a move. You have to tell which piece is present on which square, right? So in that way, it is very helpful. So you have understood the concept of ranks. You have understood the concept of files. You know how many squares are there in a chessboard. You know how to name a particular square, right? And you know about the dark and white squares. That's it is a chessboard consists of dark squares and white squares, right? Dark and light squares basically, not white squares, light squares. So generally a chessboard which you will see, it will have like black and white. So black is dark and white we consider it light. So we say black is dark color and white is light color. So in that sense, I'm talking about. So hope you have understood this whole concept of how a chessboard looks like, and what are the what are the squares in it, and the move annotations we have learned, like how to write a move, right? So I haven't told you exactly how to write a move. I have just told you the significance of remembering the square's name, so that it will be helpful when we will learn about writing a move, like how to write a move. So in that video it will be helpful. So I hope this much part is covered, like clear to you. So as a homework, in the comment section, what you have to tell me, what is the name of this square, what is the name of this square, and what is the name of this square, right? And I will give you a hint, not a hint, okay, leave it. So you have to do it, because I have explained each and everything in detail, and I know you can easily solve it. So if you feel any doubt, again, you can put it in the comment sections. I hope you like the video. Thank you.